Alright, so what's up guys, welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video here today on the channel. Now, I'm ready to burst with excitement, like holy shit dude. So I have a lot to talk about in this video. So, getting on to just the basics and just covering, getting everything out of the way. There was a huge update that dropped for Black Ops 4 today, patch update 1.08. It's 14 gig on PS4 and 22 gig on Xbox One. And that is like the biggest thing that surrounds this whole video really, is how big this is. So, this is going to be a small video and I'm going to get straight to the point because that's what you guys know me for. I don't stretch my videos out or anything like that. I always get straight to the point and just bring you guys what you want to hear straight away. So, the possibility of DLC weapons coming in next week's update is a very, it's a pretty high percentage. And the reason that is going to be is because there are a lot of things that Treyarch is kind of leading towards in something about next week. So, I'm going to put a link in the description to Charlie Intel's article for the patch notes if you guys want to read them in depth yourself. I will go over them and summarize them in a second, but what I want to stress is if you have a laptop or a PC, go onto the article and press Ctrl F on your keyboard and then type in next week in the bar up the top right, and you will see all of the things that are highlighted with next week, and then you can read how much they've pointed to it. So the first little like 3 sentences are: Treyarch has released the patch notes providing a detailed look at what changed with today's update, including gameplay improvements across modes and a preview of what's coming next week. That's the first one, and then here's from Treyarch themselves. Today's 1.08 title update. I've got so much to say, I just want to get it all out. Today's 1.08 title update is all about gameplay and stability improvements across all 3 modes as we set the stage for an even bigger update next week. Stay tuned for the intel on everything new coming soon to multiplayer, zombies, and blackout. So that's all 3 modes that have something coming for them. And then the next one is we've added a host of stability improvements in zombies to prepare for next week's big update, including new crash fixes specific to each map and additional fixes across the board. Stay tuned for more information on what's in store for the Black Ops 4 zombies experience starting next week, and then it pretty much says the same thing for blackout. Now, this update is 14 and 22 gig for both consoles. For 14 gig for PS4, 22 gig for Xbox One. So I'm going to read the summary for the patch notes. Multiplayer has stability improvements, hardpoint spawn adjustments, care package and health spawn adjustments, player identity HUD updates, challenge fixtures, CWL custom game updates, and then miscellaneous gameplay fixes. Then for zombies we've got stability improvements across all maps, Dark Ops challenge adjustments, and then blackout has kill cam and HUD identity updates. Now, if you put 14 gig or 22 gig next to the what I just read out, you would not think that that's what we got. If we actually got what it says in the patch notes in this update, it'd probably be about 1 or 2 gig at the most, because all it is stability improvements. The only thing that got changed is the stim shot. So the stim shot will now be fully charged on respawn, which is a very interesting update that they made to that, or a buff you could say. So moving on to the big meaty, the meaty stuff, we're going to be talking about possible DLC weapons coming to the game, or DLC, due to the size being 14 gig and 22 gig. That's nothing light. That's a huge update, probably the biggest out of the often updates we've been getting and everything like that. Obviously not as big as the day 1 update that was like 40 gig or something, but of course for the updates we've been getting in the past month, this is definitely the biggest. Alright, so something I'm going to be going on to that I haven't seen anyone talk about at all is the possibility of Christmas maps coming to this game. So if you guys do not remember, back in Modern Warfare Remastered, we had Christmas Crash, which was a really well designed Christmas version of Crash. We had a Christmas tree in the middle. Santa's sleigh was like as the Hellstorm or the lightning strike or whatever it was. He'd drop like presents on the map and that'd be the bombs. That was really cool. And then for World War II's the main like hub or whatever it was, I don't know what it was, headquarters, we had the Christmas tree in the middle as well, and it was really well designed. So I think if DLC weapons aren't a possibility coming to the game, which they are, definitely Christmas maps will be coming. They have to come, because we've got Sunset Seaside and Nighttime Firing Range. So to see like even those 2 maps be Christmas, that would be really awesome. Although those were the 2 recent maps we had updated recently. That would be really cool if it was different, but even those 2 maps could be done in a Christmas theme, and that would be so cool to see, snow falling down while you're playing and everything like that, and maybe even customized score streaks, the helicopter, the tac chopper, or sniper's nest is decorated with, you know, Christmas decorations and ornaments and stuff like that. That'd be really, really fun to see. But the possibility of DLC weapons coming to the game is definitely nothing short of far-fetched at all, because of how big this update is. And even if Christmas maps were coming to the game, there still has to be a lot more content filled in with this update to fill up that 14 and 22 gig. So if there were to be DLC weapons in next week's update, here's what I think they could be. Now, the first gun I have on the list is the Commando, and the reason I've brought this weapon up is because we have not seen it for 8 whole years. The first game and only game the Commando has made an appearance in is Black Ops 1. We have not seen it. It is a fan favorite, and I'm quite surprised that it wasn't in Black Ops 3. You know, I mean, the Peacekeeper was in Black Ops 2, and then it was in Black Ops 3 right after, and I'm just surprised they didn't take the advantage of the Commando and add that in. So, seeing it in this game would make a really good, fresh start to a DLC weapon. You know, maybe every month there's a new DLC weapon pack out or something like that, and we're going to get down to how you might be able to purchase these or get them, and everything like that, hoping they aren't behind a paywall. The next two weapons I have is the PDW and the MP7. Now, the reason that they have actually quite a high chance to return in this game, you know, whether it's the next week or in a further update, maybe a few months down the road or whenever, the reason these two have the highest chance to get in the game is because they've both made an appearance within Black Ops 3. Now, the MP7 made more so of an appearance. If you guys don't remember, there was actually a leak of this gun in the beta. There was some way that you could get the MP7 and actually use it within the beta. And for the PDW, the files were found in the game as well. Both of them had files, and so did the M27, which I think could be coming to the game as well. And that's why I think they could be making a return. Maybe they put it in the game, decided not to, and left it for Black Ops 4, which would yet again make a really good start to DLC weapons within Black Ops 4. And then the last one I have is the AK-47, because I'd love to see that return. Now, how we're getting the DLC weapons, it could be behind a paywall, and like the recent pack that we've had, you know how you get the Maddox Carbon Cobra and the Strife Divinity. They could be behind that sort of pack. I think it's like $20, which I personally don't mind paying, because you actually know what you're getting. Like, I have no idea how much money I spent on Black Ops 3 supply drops trying to get the DLC weapons, and in this way, at least if we know what we're getting, you know, that $20 is going to something more than just a blind supply drop opening, right? And even $20 wouldn't get you that many supply drops. I think it was like 10 or 11, and that is a very low chance of a DLC weapon. Now, of course, both you and I would love to see these DLC weapons return in a black market tier unlock system, because I personally, it's not that I don't want to pay the money, it's just that I'm a grinder. I play every single day. I'm nearly level 200. I'm like tier 268 in the black market, and I would really love to be able to grind for these, but at the same time paying money. You get them straight away for content and for streams and for videos. That would be really, really good as well. So it goes hand in hand for me. I know a lot of people don't want to pay for them and want to grind for them in the black market, but for content creators and people that want to show these weapons off, buying them and getting them nearly straight away is really, really good. Now, for the nearly getting them straight away, there is actually like 13 challenges or something like that, or tiers in the actual pack that you have to finish before you get the weapon, which is very, very cheeky. I find that to be quite a cheeky thing. Like, you pay your $20 to get this pack, and then you still have to rank up 13 tiers or something like that, which is definitely a decent amount of time, decent amount of playtime. So that's going to wrap up today's video, summarizing everything we talked about: the patch notes, the possibility of DLC weapons coming to the game due to the size being so big. You know, we got Xmas maps possibly coming as well, and DLC weapons and how you might be able to get those. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more updates on what's going to be coming, you know, tips and tricks videos, class setups, all that good stuff surrounding Black Ops 4. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, drop a sub, turn that bell on as well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody, and I'm out.